Imagine this for a moment. You're lying in bed next to the person you love more than anything. Your hand brushes theirs. The air feels heavy with possibility, and nothing happens. Not the spark you used to feel, not the effortless surge of desire, not even the simple confidence that your body will respond the way it once did. And in that quiet moment, a single thought cuts deeper than any physical frustration. Is this just what happens when we get older? Am I losing my power? If that question has ever whispered in the back of your mind, you're not alone. Millions of men feel this exact fear, and today we're going to look at it honestly, gently, and with real science. Because the truth about age and sexual power is far less about the number on your birthday cake and far more about something most doctors never mention. I'm the intimacy doctor, real talk, real science, real intimacy. Let's start with the story most of us have been sold, that male sexuality is like a battery with a fixed amount of charge. Use it too much when you're young, and by 40, 50, 60, the light starts to dim. Testosterone drops, arteries stiffen, erections soften, desire fades, end of story. And yes, on paper, testosterone does decline about 1% per year after age 30. Blood flow can become less efficient. Medications, stress, and extra weight don't help. Those things are real. But here's what almost no one tells you. For the majority of men, those biological shifts are not the primary reason performance changes. The primary reason is almost entirely invisible, and it lives in the space between you and the person you love. The first big insight is this: sexual power in men is deeply tied to emotional safety. Not excitement, not novelty, not even physical health in the beginning, emotional safety. Research out of the Kinsey Institute and the University of Chicago followed thousands of men over decades and found something remarkable. Men who reported the highest levels of consistent emotional connection with their partner, men who felt truly seen, respected, and trusted, maintained strong sexual function well into their 70s and 80s, even when their testosterone was objectively low. Meanwhile, men with higher testosterone but chronic tension, criticism, or distance in their relationship started experiencing performance issues as early as their 30s. Your nervous system is listening to the relationship 24/7. When it senses threat, even subtle threat, unresolved arguments, silent resentment, fear of disappointing her, it quietly shifts resources away from desire and toward protection. And the body follows. Have you ever noticed that sometimes everything works perfectly when you're on vacation together, laughing, relaxed, no pressured, and then back home, same bodies, same bed, suddenly it's different? That's not coincidence. That's your nervous system telling you exactly what it needs to feel safe enough to open. The second insight flows right from that. Most of what we call erectile dysfunction in midlife and beyond is actually attachment-related. Attachment isn't just a buzzword from therapy books. It's the biological wiring that decides whether your body feels home with someone. When attachment feels secure, when you know deep down that your vulnerability won't be mocked, that your desire is welcomed even if your body needs a little more time, oxytocin and dopamine flow freely, blood vessels relax, arousal becomes effortless. But when attachment feels uncertain, when there's been too much criticism about performance, too many sighs of disappointment, too many nights turning away, the brain registers that as danger. And the same mechanism that once helped our ancestors freeze when a lion appeared now freezes desire when emotional connection feels shaky. Think about it gently. How many times have you been inside your own head during intimacy, scanning for signs that she's bored, worried you won't last long enough, anxious about whether you'll even get hard? That mental commentary isn't just performance anxiety in the moment. It's the echo of every past moment where trust felt fragile. And the body keeps the score. Here's where it gets hopeful, because the third insight is that emotional connection isn't some mystical gift some couples have and others don't. It's a set of learnable skills grounded in relationship science. One of the most powerful comes from Dr. Sue Johnson's work on emotionally focused therapy, the ability to turn toward your partner with soft vulnerability instead of defense. Instead of hiding when things don't work perfectly, imagine saying quietly, "I want you so much right now, and I'm feeling a little nervous my body might take its time tonight. Can we just stick?" close and see what happens. That single sentence does three things at once. It protects her from feeling rejected, it protects you from shame, and it invites co-regulation, the process where two nervous systems calm each other simply by staying connected. Study after study shows that couples who practice these small moments of honest, reaching, recover sexual function faster than couples who rely only on pills or supplements. And speaking of pills, let's be real for a second. Medication can be a gods, and when blood flow is genuinely the issue. But if the underlying emotional current is still turbulent, the medication often becomes a crutch that quietly erodes confidence. Over time, because every time the little blue pill works but the connection doesn't, the unspoken message becomes "I need chemistry" because we've lost intimacy. And that message hurts both partners. The fourth insight is about self-awareness and the stories we carry about masculinity. Most men I work with grew up with the silent rule that a real man is always ready, always hard, always in control. Script is not fundamental "I'm broken, I'm less, I'm failing her." But here's a gentler truth. Sexual responsiveness in long-term relationships naturally ebbs and flows for both men and women. Desire becomes more responsive than spontaneous, meaning it often needs emotional warmth and touch to wake up, rather than just appearing on command. That shift isn't decline, it's maturation. The men who age with the most sexual power are the ones who let go of the teenage model of sexuality and step into a grown man version. Slower to ignite, perhaps, but capable of much deeper fire. Once the emotional kindling is there, pause for a second. What do you think about this? Does it feel true in your own life that the best intimacy you've had came when you felt completely safe and accepted, even in your imperfections? Drop a comment below if that resonates. Your honesty helps other men feel less alone. The practical takeaway I want every man listening to carry today is deceptively simple, yet it changes everything. Prioritize emotional foreplay every single day, long before you ever reach the bedroom. Emotional foreplay isn't flowers or grand gestures. It's the 1,000 tiny moments of turning toward her instead of away, asking about her day and really listening, repairing small hurts quickly instead of letting them pile up, touching her without an agenda, just to feel close. When emotional connection is rich and regular, the body remembers it has permission to relax, to play, to desire. And performance follows connection, almost always. One last gentle truth. Sometimes the fear of losing sexual power becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy because we stop initiating altogether. We wait until we're sure everything will work perfectly, and in the waiting, distance grows. The antidote is courageous, low-pressure intimacy. Holding her, kissing her slowly, letting touch be the goal instead of orgasm. When pleasure and closeness become the priority instead of proof of masculinity, the nervous system exhales, and very often, the old spark returns in ways that surprise you both. So no, age doesn't have to reduce your sexual power. What reduces it is untreated emotional distance, unprocessed shame, and the belief that you have to face this alone. But when you tend to the attachment, when you speak the vulnerable truth, when you invite her into the journey instead of hiding, something beautiful happens. You don't just regain function. You step into a deeper, wiser, more whole expression of desire that only time and real love can grow. If this conversation touched something in you today, tap the like button so more men can find it. And if you're ready for more real talk about intimacy, emotional connection, and the science of lasting desire, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. I release new videos every week to help you build the relationship your heart actually wants. Next up, I'm dropping a video called The Silent Turn, off almost every couple misses, how emotional neglect kills desire and how to bring it back. You're not going to want to miss that one. Click it as soon as it goes live. Until then, be gentle with yourself, be honest with her, and keep choosing connection. You've got more power than you think. I'll see you in the next one.